Let me guess. You've started and stopped workout routines more times than you can count. Trust me, I get it. The cycle of motivation followed by burnout is frustrating. But what if I told you the problem isn't your willpower, it's your approach? Today, I'm sharing the exact framework that's helped thousands of people build sustainable workout routines they actually enjoy. Not just for a week or a month, but for years. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a complete blueprint to transform your fitness journey forever. Why most workout routines fail. Let's start with the cold, hard truth. Most workout routines fail because they're built on the wrong foundation. We're told to set massive goals, commit to grueling schedules, and push ourselves to the limit. But the data paints a different picture. About 73% of people abandon their fitness resolutions within just 6 weeks. Why? Because most plans are powered by initial motivation instead of robust systems. Think back. How many times have you felt fired up to start a new program, only to fizzle out when the excitement fades? According to the American Psychological Association, motivation is like a battery. No matter how strong it feels at first, it will naturally deplete over time. The real issue isn't you. It's that traditional workout advice focuses on intensity, complexity, and unrealistic expectations. These approaches almost guarantee failure by making your routine too hard to sustain. But what if, instead of fighting your brain, you built a plan that works with your psychology? That simple shift is the key to lasting change, and it all starts with understanding something called the minimum effective dose principle. Here's a fact that might surprise you. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that just 13 minutes of exercise, 3 times per week, produced nearly identical strength gains as 70-minute sessions. Let that sink in for a moment. The minimum effective dose is the smallest amount of effort that still delivers results. For fitness, this means finding the sweet spot where you do enough to make progress without overwhelming yourself or burning out. Start with just 2 20-minute workouts per week. That's it. Research from the University of Iowa shows that starting small creates a positive feedback loop in your brain. Each completed workout triggers a release of dopamine, making you want to repeat the behavior. The hardest part of exercising is simply getting started. So the goal is to make starting so easy, it feels silly not to do it. Once your routine is established, you can always add more. But starting small sets you up for long-term success. Identity-based habits versus outcome-based goals. But how do you make sure those small efforts add up to real progress? It's all about shifting from outcome-based goals to identity-based habits. Most people focus on outcomes, like losing 20 pounds or getting six-pack abs. But research from the British Journal of Health Psychology shows that outcome-based goals actually decrease your chances of sticking with a routine. Instead, focus on identity. Rather than thinking, I want to lose weight, think, I'm becoming someone who moves every day. This subtle shift rewires your brain's reward circuitry. The question stops being, do I have to work out today? And becomes, what would a person who prioritizes fitness do in this situation? In a Stanford University study, people who adopted identity-based language were 61% more likely to stick with their habits after 6 months. When you act in alignment with your chosen identity, working out isn't a chore, it's just what you do. This is the secret behind people who seem to exercise effortlessly. They've made fitness part of who they are. But how do you build this new identity in practice? That's where the habit stacking method comes in. The habit stacking method. The human brain loves routine. Every time you repeat a behavior, it strengthens neural pathways, making the action more automatic. Habit stacking leverages this principle by attaching your new workout habit to an existing habit you already do on autopilot. A groundbreaking study in the European Journal of Social Psychology found it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit, not the 21 days you might have heard. But when you stack your workout onto something you already do, like brushing your teeth, making coffee, or finishing work, you dramatically accelerate the process. For example, if you brew coffee every morning, you could stack a 5-minute stretch routine right after you pour your cup. Or, if you always watch a particular TV show at night, you could do bodyweight exercises during the first commercial break. The key is to choose a trigger that already happens reliably each day. By linking your workout to this established behavior, you bypass the endless internal debate and excuses. In my experience, coaching thousands of clients, those who use habit stacking are 3 times more likely to maintain their routines over the long term. Why? Because they're working with their brain's natural programming, not against it. If you're finding value in these evidence-based strategies, take a second to hit that like button. It helps more people discover this approach. And if you want more science-backed fitness content without the hype or false promises, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Now, let's dive into perhaps the most overlooked aspect of sustainable fitness. Implementation intentions. Planning for obstacles. But what happens when life throws you a curveball and your routine gets disrupted? This is where most people stumble. So let's talk about a powerful strategy called implementation intentions, planning for obstacles before they happen. Life is unpredictable. No matter how dedicated you are, there will be days when you're tired, busy, or just not feeling it. Research shows that having a specific plan for these obstacles increases your chances of follow-through by 300%. The formula, pioneered by psychologist Peter Gollwitzer, is simple. If obstacle happens, then I will specific action. For example, if I'm too tired after work, then I'll just do 10 minutes instead of 30. Or, if I miss my morning session, then I'll do a quick workout before dinner. Or even, if I'm traveling, then I'll do a bodyweight routine in my hotel room. Studies show that people who use implementation intentions are 91% more likely to maintain their habits compared to those who don't. This approach eliminates decision fatigue because you've already chosen your response in advance. When challenges arise, you don't waste energy debating what to do. You just follow your plan. The enjoyment factor, finding your exercise match. Now, let's address perhaps the most overlooked aspect of sustainable fitness: enjoyment. Here's a revolutionary idea. You don't have to hate your workouts. In fact, research published in the Journal of the American College of Health shows that enjoyment is the single strongest predictor of exercise adherence, even more than the health benefits you expect to gain. The fitness industry often promotes the idea that effective workouts must be brutal or punishing, but a 2018 meta-analysis found that people who chose activities they genuinely enjoyed were 4.5 times more likely to stick with their routines for over a year. So, take a moment to rate potential activities on a scale of 1 to 10 for enjoyment. Only include exercises that score at least a 7. This might mean joining a dance class instead of running on a treadmill, hiking outdoors instead of using a stationary bike, or playing a group sport rather than lifting weights alone. The best workout for you is always the one you look forward to, because consistency beats intensity every time. When was the last time you had to force yourself to do something you genuinely enjoyed? Probably never. By finding your exercise match, you remove the need for constant willpower.